Hello friends, this is the second video or second tutorial in Federation where I'm going to teach you how to set up the Federation between DB2 to Oracle. So to set up the Federation between DB2 to Oracle, when we did the DB2 to DB2, we did these four steps: wrapper, server, user mapping and the nickname. So we did these four steps. So these particular steps would be pretty similar, but what we additionally need for Oracle is we need to set up this file db2 dj.ini file which is present under SQL libconfig. Whatever is there in this particular file, you just copy that into db2 profile. So you change the db2 profile file which is under the SQL lib, and then you also need to make sure that the db2 instance owner id can access the tnsnames.ora file, because the actual Oracle SID or the actual the database that you connect, that will be listed in tnsnames.ora file. The next four steps would be pretty similar. So what wrapper does, what server does, what user mapping does, what nickname does, I have already explained that in the first video when I set up the db2 to db2. So in this particular video we are not going to cover all of those. We are only going to bother about these 7 steps, so no theoretical explanation. So let's get started. So first we are going to take a look at this particular file, which is the db2 dj.ini file. So the three parameters that you are going to set are these three parameters. I already inserted them: Oracle home, tns admin and db2 lib path. tns admin is the path where tnsnames.ora file is there. Oracle home is actual Oracle home where your Oracle binaries are installed, and db2 lib is the same Oracle home path, but you will mention that under db2 lib path. So these are the three variables. Copy same variables under the SQL lib under db2 profile. So I'll not show you this file, but you exactly copy the same, whatever you have done here, you just copy that into this particular file. Now you have to also make sure, see now what I am under the db2p or the instance owner. You have to make sure that the db2 instance owner can access or can go to this particular file and can read this particular file, which is called tnsnames.ora. So under tnsnames.ora, I have this database called Oracle 11, ORCL 11. That's a database which is listening on 1531 port, which is version 11.2 database. It's a version 11.2 database. That's what it is. So I'll show you that particular database. I have already connected. It's a Oracle 11 database. The name of the database is select name from v $database. Okay, so that database is called ORCL 11. That's what we are going to connect to. Okay, so setup. So once we are done with this particular file, I've just showed you these three parameters are important. Only these three parameters once, and you copy the same into this particular file db2 profile. Make sure the db2 instance owner can access this file, so that is also important. Then we move to db2, and absolutely no changes are required at the Oracle side. Again, it's the same. We don't do any changes to the Oracle side. Everything we have to do at the db2 side. So we create a wrapper, server, user mapping and nickname. Okay, so let's see the script for that. So we connect to this particular database, we create a wrapper. This is the Oracle wrapper. Then we create a server. Again, server is the pointer, so we are saying we are creating this particular server which points to this particular database using the authorization ID db2p, and the user mapping for that would be db2p will map to db2p user. And then for this particular object emp, which should be present in Oracle under schema db2p, and the server is Oracle 11. So basically what it means is this server points to this particular database. Under this particular database we have a schema called db2p. Under that schema we have a table called emp. We are going to access that table as a nickname called emp Oracle. Before doing that, what I will do is I'll come here and connect to db fed and I'll show you if there is any nickname called. Okay, so amp Oracle is already there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this particular nickname. Okay, okay, that's done. So let's check. Okay, so we do not have that. Let's see if we have wrapper. If we don't, we should not, but let's drop the wrapper net8 and drop server called, it will be dropped already because we dropped the wrapper, but for safety we'll do this. Okay, the wrapper is not there. So now go back to data studio, refresh this. Okay, so wrapper, there is only one wrapper called drda, that is absolutely one schema called db2s. So this is all db2 objects that we created in the first session. So these are all the emp db2. This is the employee table belonging to db2 database. This is the wrapper, db2 wrapper. This is the db2s server, which is pointing to db2 database, user mapping for db2. So this is all for the db2. Okay, so now we do not see anything for Oracle. So this particular script is going to create. So create a wrapper, create a server, create user mapping, create nickname. Exactly 4 steps that we have discussed here, or we discussed in the first. Wrapper, server, user mapping, nickname. Wrapper, server, user mapping, nickname. Okay, so I'm going to execute this particular script on this particular database. Okay, so clear my screen, let me go to home, let me connect to, I don't have to connect because that particular script already has a connect. So let me just show you that particular script before. Yeah, that's the script. So wrapper, server, user mapping, nickname, and we are going to select. Now the problem is these statements are going to fail if I don't create this particular user on Oracle and this particular object I don't create, because it's going to try to access this particular object, so it's going to fail this. So what I'll do, I'll go to Oracle and I'll create this particular user. Okay, so I'm going to create this particular, so let's see if there is a user called db2p. Select star from dba users. Okay, so let's execute this. Okay, so db2p. Okay, I should have given order by. Okay, so no, there is no user called db2p. So there is only user called dbsnmp and dip. There is no user called db2p. So what I will do is I'll create this particular user. Okay, so create user db2p using password, default table space user, temp table space temp, profile default, account unlock. So this is the user that I'm going to create. Now the thing is, I'm going to give him the dba role. This is not required, but I'm going to give it because it simplifies my demo. Otherwise I'll have to give permission. So I give him the dba role. Now I will actually make the connections using this particular user. So I made this, and you can see there are absolutely no tables under this. I have expanded this, there is no absolutely no table. So what I will do, I'll create this particular table, but I'll not insert any record. So I'm going to create this particular table under db2p. So the table is created. Then refresh again, and you should be able to see one table with 2 columns called emp id and emp name. And let me try to select the records from this particular table. Select star from emp, and I should not see any record, literally empty. Simple, we created the table, we did not insert any record. Okay, so now I'm going to come to db2 and I'm going to run this particular script. I'll show you the script once again. Yeah, that's the script. Connect to this database, create a wrapper called net8, create a server called ORCL, create a user mapping, create nickname. We do not have anything under this. I'll refresh this. We do not have any wrapper called net8. We do not have server ORCL. We do not have any user mapping for Oracle database. Neither we have AMP Oracle here. Okay, so let's run this. db2 minus tf. Same script. I'll copy. Okay, so everything seems to be completed, and we see that it has already accessed that particular table. Emp id and emp name is the same table, emp id and emp name, and it seems to have not found any object. So let's actually come here and refresh this, and now we should be able to see there is a wrapper called net8, there is a remote server called orcl11, there is a user mapping called db2p which maps to this particular server. Again, internally it uses this id, and there is a table called emp oracle which actually maps to orcl11, which means we have now pointed to this particular server. So this particular table is from this particular server. and if you go that to that server, it maps to ORCL, which is an Oracle database version 11.2. Okay, so now let's prove that it is indeed from Oracle. So what I'll do, I'll come here and I'll insert one record and I'll insert it. I'll then commit it. Okay, I'm going to commit, and then I come here and I try to run my select query. But before running the select, I need to connect to the DB2 database. So let me clear the screen and let's say, okay, I've connected, and let me try to run the select. And now you should be able to see one record, which is Oracle DBA, which I inserted from here. Now the int is converted into this particular format. We can fix that, but I'm not going to go into that particular topic, because in this particular topic I just wanted you to show you how to set up the federation. So the next thing is, we can now, to prove that that particular table is indeed coming from Oracle, what I'll do is I'll go to Oracle. Okay, I'm going to shut down the listener. Okay, lsnrctl stop lsnr v11. I'm stopping the listener. The listener is stopped. Now if I try to run the select, what exactly, where my command went? Okay, interesting. Okay, so let me try to run the same select. Okay, so the reason why it has cached those values. That's why I'm getting it. So what I'll do, I'll connect reset, then I'll connect to my database. So I'm connecting and I'll clear the screen. So connect reset, I'm going to connect to this particular database, and then I'm going to select from this particular table. Communication error. Why the communication error? Because that listener is not up and running. So the listener is preventing the connection. So I'm going to start this listener. Started. Obviously listener supports no services because I had to restart the database. So I'll go and restart my database as well. Okay, so it's going to shut down and start again. So while it's doing that, once it, yeah, database opened, yeah, database is open. Now you see I'm getting the value back. So I proved to you that indeed, yes, it was the Oracle database, because when I shut down the listener, it was not able to access. So I had to start the listener again and start the database, because once the listener is started, there is no automatic registration. I had to restart the database. Now what I could potentially show you, I can shut down the database. I'm not going to shut down the listener this time. I'm going to shut down the database, and again we are not going to see the data. Okay, here I'll have to do the connect reset clear. I'm going to connect to this particular database and I'm going to select from the same table. Yes, again the communication error. Why? Because this particular database is down. So I'm going to start it up. So I'm started this particular database, and now I'm going to access and I get that. See, so even if the listener is down or the database is down, we cannot access the objects from the Oracle database. So to set up the federation, these 4 steps remain common irrespective of whether you are setting up the federation between DB2 or whether between Oracle. Wrapper, server, user mapping and nickname. But what varies is you need to edit these additional 2 files, and you need to make sure that the DB2 instance owner can access the tnsnames.ora file. Before ending this session, what I'll show you is how my file looks. So what I've done, I created this wrapper net8. That's the wrapper net8. Then I have created this server ORCL11. So the server is called ORCL11. Then I have created the user mapping. So if I go for user mapping for this particular server, and lastly I have created this particular nickname EMP Oracle for this particular server, which points to this particular database to under schema db2p, and the table name is EMP. So I've created this, and you should be able to see that nickname under Data Studio. So EMP Oracle, which points to server ORCL, schema is DB2P, and the remote table is EMP. That's what we did. Schema is DB2P and the table is EMP for server ORCL11. So the concept is pretty simple. Once you get this, then you need to just fiddle around this, and it's not difficult. You need to only edit two files and give the permission to tnsnames.aura file, and you should be fine. Additional requirement is, yes, we need to create a user, or we need to know the user that is going to access the Oracle tables. That we created that user called db2p. So we created that db2p. So if I do, yeah, that user we created was db2p, and once we created that user using db2p, I created this particular table and I inserted one record called this, which we are able to see from here. This is the record that we inserted. Hope this tutorial was useful. Do pass in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.